All right, here we go. I thought we'd offer some practice for solving systems by elimination. I'm going to ask you some questions. I hope you have a piece of paper and a pencil to go with you. And as I ask these questions, pause the video to see if you can answer it and how you would answer it, and then continue it, and I'll give you what my take is on it, and then pause it to solve it. So we'll just keep going back and forth with you pausing the video occasionally and us solving some problems. So first, let's take a look at one set of problems. And here I have two equations, 3x plus 2y equals 10 and 3x minus 2y equals 14. So my question is, which variable would eliminate on its own? Hopefully you have the answer to that. Go ahead and finish solving it. Pause the video and finish solving it, and then come back and I'll reveal the answer. The answer to this would be 4, -1. This is where these would cross, because you would, when you add them up, these would go away, the y's would disappear, and then you'd add 6x equals 24 and solve for x. Find out that x is 4, plug back in for y. Here we go. Here's another one. I'm going to show you a system. 2x minus y equals 20 and 3x plus 2y equals -19. Not as easy as the last one. So my question for you is, which would you fix? Which equation would be easier to multiply by through a number so that you can add it simply, just like that last one? Think about it for a second and pause. Welcome back. What I would suggest to you is that you multiply this top equation by 2. And the reason that I suggest that is because we have opposite signs on the y's. And if they're opposites, that way when you add them together, it goes very straightforward and you can subtract them. So take this first one, multiply everything by 2. So you'd end up with 4x minus 2y equals 40. Keep the original first equation on the bottom. And now when you add them up, we can see that the y's will disappear. Go ahead and finish solving for this. Pause the video. Welcome back. When you solve for this, you'll end up with the point 3, -14. That is where this system will cross. These two lines will cross. Here's another system that we can look at. X plus y equals 12 and 2x plus y equals 6. Now, the question I'm going to ask, which would you fix and why? We have multiple answers that we can go with here. Think about it. Now, this one's not as simple as the other one where we have opposite signs and it makes it very obvious. We can decide to get rid of the x's or we can decide to get rid of the y's. I try to do as least amount of work as possible. So I think I'm going to try and get rid of the y's. So I'm going to multiply through this top equation by -1. If I multiply everything by -1, just changing the opposites of the signs, you can now see that this is going to be gone. And then 2x minus x just gives me an x. So I'm going to find out right away what x is. And then I'm going to plug it back into one of the original equations to find out what y is. Pause the video and solve it. Here's the answer. The point where they cross is -6, 18. I have one more problem for us to look at. This one's a little bit more involved, possibly. 3x minus y equals 2 and -8x plus 2y equals 4. Which would you fix and why? Pause the video and think about that. Welcome back. I think for myself, when I see opposite signs, I see 3 and 8. I would have to multiply both equations by something to make the x's go away. But once again, the y's are opposite signs, and this would be easy just to multiply everything by +2, because then that would give me -2y. When I do that, multiplying everything through, I get 6x minus 2y equals 4. I keep the same original bottom equation. These will now go away when I add them together. Finish the problem off. Pause the video and finish it. Welcome back to your last problem. The answer to this problem is the point -4, -14. If you have any questions, please let me know. And thank you. for practicing.